Dear student, good morning. Today we are going to discuss about the structure of the atoms and the nuclei in the physics online lecture dated 18th of February 21. So, previously it was known that the matter consists of the individual particle that is called as the atom, and after that many inventions and theories were proposed. So Sir J.J. Thomson here performed the experiment, and in his experiment he allowed to incident the beam of alpha particles on the gold foil. Here is the gold foil, and through this gold foil the beam of alpha particles were incident. Alpha particle source. Here is the gold foil, and here is the detector. In that, here is the detector, eyepiece detector. And in his experiment he found that many of the particles, that is the alpha particles, scattered from the gold foil through this certain angle, and this angle is called as the scattering angle. This is called as the scattering angle. Means here the alpha particle having the positively charged particle, and when he incident the beam on the gold foil, again gold having the particles, and when this alpha particle beam is incident on the nucleus of the gold, therefore here alpha particle having the positive charge, again nucleus of the gold having the positive charge of the alpha particle and positive charge of the gold nucleus repel to one another. Therefore here the beam of the alpha particle is scattered through the angle theta or the angle phi, known as the scattering angle. But very few number of the alpha particles passes through the gold foil undividedly, and that are detected by the detector. Means from these experiments it is concluded that gold having the atom, and most of the mass of the atom is situated at the center. So this center of the atom is called as the nucleus, and it carries the positive charge. And here the space between the atom around the nucleus is the space. याला का मतलब आप यहाँ पे क्या है, space है, empty space. This is the empty space. This is the empty space. When the alpha particles incident on this nucleus, they will be scattered. But when it is passes like this through the atom, means through the empty space, they are passes undividedly, undisturbedly. So here is the empty space. The size of atom is therefore 10 to the power minus 10 meter, and size of nucleus is given by 10 to the power minus 15 meter, having the femtometer order. Means here the size of the atom is larger while the size of the nucleus is smaller, having the order 10 to the power minus 10, 10 to the power minus 15. So here there is the space between the nucleus and the structure of the atom, means where the electrons will be revolved in the circular orbit. There is the space between, and therefore here the nucleus is smaller in size than that of the atom by the order of 10 to the power 5 meter. मीन्स 10 to the power प्लस 5. इसमें क्या है, डिफरेंस है. ये डिफरेंस क्या है, ये डिफरेंस इसमें है कि 15 माइनस 10 ये क्या है 5 में 10 to the power 5 इतना क्या है इसमें डिफरेंस है. So there is the massive means massive is the nucleus, and here the 99.9% of the mass is concentrated at the center of the atom. This is called as the nucleus. But here in the next, the Rutherford theory was given. Rutherford's theory. According to this theory, Rutherford theory, he assumed that here is the centrally situated nucleus having the positive charge, and here is the electrons, and electrons revolve in the spiral path around the nucleus, and it is the accelerated motion. मीन्स ये इलेक्ट्रॉन ऐसे 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 क्या होगा, स्पायरल पाथ में क्या होगा, वो रिवोल्यूशन करेगा अराउंड द न्यूक्लियस एंड फाइनली फॉल्स इनटू द न्यूक्लियस. अब ये इलेक्ट्रॉन क्या हो रहा है, यहाँ पे स्पायरल ऑर्बिट में एक्सेलरेटेड मोशन कर रहा है. मीन्स यहाँ पे जब वो एक्सेलरेटेड मोशन करेगा, देयर इज द डिफरेंस इन द वेलोसिटी, चेंज इन द वेलोसिटी. देयरफॉर दिस इलेक्ट्रॉन continuously radiates the energy in the form of the electromagnetic waves. So according to the Rutherford, the atom must give the continuous spectrum, but actually by the further inventions and the theories, the atom gives the line spectrum, that is confirmed by the Bohr's theory again. So here, according to the Rutherford theory, the electron revolves in the spiral orbit. This motion is the accelerated motion, and again here he proposed here the theory that finally the electron falls into the nucleus. Therefore, electron or the atom must to give the continuous spectrum. So here, when it emits the radiation in the form of the electromagnetic waves, मीन्स हियर द मास रिडक्शन इज देयर. मीन्स एटम का मास क्या होगा, वहाँ पे रिड्यूस होगा, रिडक्शन होगा मास का. बट इट इज़ नॉट दिस थेरी, इट इज़ द ड्रॉबैक ऑफ दिस थेरी. व्हेन एनी पार्टिकल और द ऑब्जेक्ट इमिटिंग कंटिन्यूसली द एनर्जी, it must be reduced, but here the stable structure of the atom is not given by the Rutherford. Therefore this is the drawback of this theory. So after that, here there is the atom model given by the Bohr's atom model. अब इसके बाद क्या होगा कि नाइल्स बोहर नाम का एक साइंटिस्ट आया. ये थ्योरी प्रपोज की गई है 1913 में. अकॉर्डिंग टू हिज थ्योरी, ही प्रपोज द थ्योरी विद द हेल्प ऑफ द थ्री पॉस्टुलेट्स दिए हुए, 3 postulates. सो हियर नंबर फर्स्ट postulate इज द क्या, इलेक्ट्रॉन रिवॉल्व्स इन द सर्कुलर ऑर्बिट राउंड द न्यूक्लियस. ये इलेक्ट्रॉन है और ये क्या है, पॉजिटिव चार्ज न्यूक्लियस है, और ये क्या उसका रेडियस है. यहाँ पे क्या इसका मास है, m इज द मास ऑफ द इलेक्ट्रॉन. अब ये क्या होगा, इलेक्ट्रॉन ये तो सर्कुलर ऑर्बिट में रोटेट होगा ही, रिवॉल्व तो होगा ही, बट फॉर द सर्कुलर मोशन ऑफ द इलेक्ट्रॉन द नेसेसरी सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स इज प्रोवाइडेड बाय द इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन बिटवीन द इलेक्ट्रॉन एंड द पॉजिटिवली चार्ज न्यूक्लियस. सो हियर द सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स इज गिवन बाय द, दैट इज mv² अपॉन r, और mass of the electron, velocity, that is the linear velocity of the electron, and the radius of the orbit. So this is your equation number first. Again here the electrostatic force of attraction is given by the Coulomb's law, that is given by the 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 e square upon r square. Here equation number 2 gives you the electrostatic force of attraction according to the Coulomb's law. 4 pi is the constant, epsilon 0 is the permeability of this free space, E is the charge on the electron, again charge on the nucleus is E, therefore here E into E square, R is the radius of the orbit. So here the electron revolves in the circular orbit around the nucleus, but here the necessary centripetal force is required for the circular motion is provided by the electrostatic force of attraction between the positively charged nucleus and the negatively charged electron. Again here the second postulate is given by the Bohr is that the angular momentum. As the electron moves in the circular orbit, it must have the angular momentum. It must have the angular momentum. And this angular momentum is mvr, because here angular momentum is I into omega, but here I is equal to m into r square and omega is equal to v upon r. Therefore, it becomes as the mvr angular momentum. This angular momentum of electron is equal to the integer multiple of the h upon 2 pi. Here h is the Planck constant, 2 pi is the constant. Therefore, here according to the Bohr's second postulate, angular momentum of the revolving electron is equal to the integer multiple of the h upon 2 pi. In here n starting from the 1, 2, 3, 4. Here n gives the orbit number, or it is called as the principal quantum number. This is called as the principal quantum number, or the orbit number. So angular momentum of the electron, revolving electron of source, is equal to the integer multiple of the h upon 2 pi. Here h is the Planck constant having the value h is equal to 6.63 into 10 to the power minus 34 joule second. And number third means the electron, while revolving in the circular orbit, does not radiates energy continuously, but it radiates energy in the form of the photon of light having the energy E is equal to h nu. But when it jumps from the higher energy orbit to the lower energy orbit, otherwise it not be radiate energy, emits energy. So this is the nth orbit electron, nth orbit, that is the higher energy orbit, and when in electrons from the nth orbit jumps to the lower energy orbit, that is the pth orbit, that is the lower energy orbit. This is the lower energy orbit. Then and only then the electron radiates energy in the form of the photon of light having the energy h into nu. Otherwise, it will not radiate the energy. So here, whatever may be the energy of the radiant energy by the electron is in the form of the photon having the energy E is equal to h nu. And this is equal to the energy difference of the electron in the nth orbit and the pth orbit. So here E is equal to h nu is equal to En minus Ep. It indicates that this energy difference is equal to the energy of the photon radiated when electron jumps from the higher energy orbit to the lower energy orbit. So in this lecture, in the online lecture, we discuss here the J.J. Thomson's experiment, and secondly we have seen here the Rutherford atom model, that is the Rutherford theory, drawbacks of the Rutherford theory, and finally we discuss here the Bohr's atom model proposed by the Niels Bohr and the postulates given by the Bohr. Means first postulate is the electron revolves in the circular orbit like the planets revolves around the sun, and the centrifugal force is required for the circular motion is given by the electrostatic force of attraction. This is the first postulate. Second postulate is the angular momentum of the revolving electron is equal to the nh upon 2 pi, and n is the principal quantum number here. And number third, electron revolving in the circular orbit around the nucleus radiates energy only when it jumps from the higher energy orbit to the lower energy orbit, and in the form of the photon of light having the energy is equal to h nu is equal to the energy difference of the electron in the orbits, means En minus Ep is equal to h nu. So this is the today's online lecture of this physics. So listen carefully, prepare the notes, prepare the topics. Thank you so much.